Okay, today what we're going to learn about is how to make our blank presentation from Powtoon. We're going to learn some things about how to insert scenes, backgrounds, text, people, characters, pictures, and all of the above. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to start off with our cover page, and so that is what our scene is. Now, we have different types of scenes. We have industries, intros, and we have all different types that have given to us. What I'm going to do, since we are doing a teacher introduction video today, I'm just going to go ahead and go under intros, and I'm going to find that one that we like or that I like. Now, there are pro versions, which is, again, those are what you have to pay for to be able to use them. So I'm just going to stick with some of the free options. I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. It gives a little bit of movement, but not too overwhelming for the very first slide. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some text. So how would we do this is we are going to hover over this text, and you can see where the text box kind of pops up. But to be able to actually text, we need to double click into the box. This is going to highlight all of the words that we are going to want to change. So the very first thing is I'm just going to go ahead and type welcome. We have a couple different options of what we can do for our text. We can change the font, the size, the features, the alignment, all of the normal stuff that we have with text. We can also change the color, any of the effects we want, how we want to arrange it, and we can even add a link. If for whatever reason your word is too big, we can also change the size of the text box by hovering over and moving these two black dots on the edge of the box. We can also kind of change the position of our text box with those two arrows. So what I've done is I've just added some few things that I would like to add onto my slide. Now, for this bar down here, this is your time. So as of right now, the slide will present for 5 seconds. We can either add more seconds or we can reduce seconds by pressing this plus or a minus sign. Right now it's the 4-second mark, so I'm going to go ahead and slide all the way back and then press play. This is going to show me how the presentation will play from the start for this whole slide. So as you can see, there are different moments of when things enter into the slides, and you can kind of see those and move those where you might want them to be moved. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on a blank slide. So what I want to do for this is I'm going to actually insert a picture. I want to go ahead and insert a picture about myself. And so we're going to come over here to images. To click on images, we're going to do that. We do have some images that is already pre-selected for some of us, and we can go ahead and filter through those, but I'm just going to go ahead and pick a picture of myself. So I'm going to click on my images, and what you would do is you're going to add image. You can either upload, have a hire designer, or import an image from any of these resources here. I'm just going to go ahead and upload my picture. I'm going to go to pictures, and I'm going to find a picture of myself by myself. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. It will pop up onto the slide. We are able to move it. We are able to resize it just like normal pictures. What we're next going to do is we're going to insert a text. This is a slide that's going to be about me. It's going to give a few little facts about me that I will go into detail when presenting to my students. Now, when we click on text, we have a couple different options of we can add the title, subtitle, body text. Those are just very plain and simple. If we want to go ahead and get creative, we have these options down here. So we have text overlays, text elements, titles, and infographics. When you click on each one of them, they are going to give you options below as far as what some are some things that you can do to add some pizzazz to your presentation. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and click on this. And as you can see, it'll enter right in the middle. Now, I do not want all of this on my slide. I really just want this purple and yellow background. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and click out of it, and it'll separate them. As you can see, again, when you hover over it, you can see the outline of each box. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete some of all of this stuff I do not want. Now, if you would like to group all of these pieces together to make sure that they move all at once, all we're going to do is we're going to highlight the whole thing, and it'll group it all together. But it also included my picture. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to press Shift and click on my picture, and it'll only give me the text that I want. So I'm going to move this where I wouldn't want to move it and just kind of play with it to make sure it fits what I want to show. Now, I have my title. The reason why I put it on this side is we have to remember that this logo is going to be on our presentation as we are moving throughout each slide. So we just kind of have to keep that in mind when we are presenting information. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on text elements. I want to go ahead and include some things that are in a bulleted form. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the bullets and it'll upload them all together. I'm going to resize them all I want by moving these dots. And then to start typing, I actually need to click out anywhere on the side, and then you can see it'll separate them. So just like normal, we would double click in the text to highlight all of them to be able to type. So I've changed some things around to go ahead and insert some of the facts about me. Now again, going down to our time box down here, there are some things that we can go ahead and separate if we would like. We don't have to separate them, but we can if we want. For instance, at the beginning of our slide, it'll put all of the facts all out together. If you want to go one by one, you are more than welcome to it. Now, I've also realized that this is going to be a little bit long, so I'm going to go ahead and just shorten some seconds. Now, that is it for inserting pictures and text into our Powtoon. On the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to insert videos, how to insert all the animation aspect of it, the moving backgrounds, the characters, the props, all of that to just make it more engaging for our students.